Hello everyone. This news is 3rd of February, and the first news is Gujarat Khijadia and UP's Bakhira Wildlife Sanctuary, India's two new protected sites. Now the India now has a network of 49 Ramsar sites covering an area of 10.93 hectares, the highest in South Asia. Khijadia Wildlife Sanctuary in Gujarat and Baghira Wildlife Sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh have been recognized as wetlands of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. Now, the next news is India flights test Rafale Marine for INS Vikrant. The marine version of French-made Rafale fighters jet has been successfully flight tested at a shore-based facility in Goa, where conditions similar to that on the indigenously developed aircraft carrier INS Vikrant were stimulated. The Rafale Amjet was tested for 12 days last month at Goa's INS Hansa facilities using a 283-meter mock sky jump facilities. Now, the third news is Paytm Money launched POPs Messenger to provide user specific info on stocks, portfolio, and market. Paytm Money on January 22nd launched POPs, an intelligent messenger service to provide user specific information on their portfolios, stocks, and market analysis. Paytm Money said it is partnering with the investor AI to offer stock recommendations based on signals and generated using artificial intelligence. And the CEO of Paytm Money, Varun Sridhar. Now the next news is Telugu short films street students win rupees 2 lakh prize at National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) Shorts Film Award Competition. A Telugu shorts film Street Student by Akula Sandeep, depicting the story of a street urchin with a strong message on right to education, has bagged the prize in a competition organized by the National Human Rights Commission in January 2022. Curfew by Romi Meti has been selected for the second prize worth rupees 1.5 lakh. Now the next news is BrahMos Uran missile successfully test fired from Andaman Iceland, fired by the Andaman and Nicobar Command. The two anti-ship missiles were BrahMos and Uran, and were launched from the Indian Navy guided missile corvette. The latest test fire comes just a week after the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile was fired off the coast of Odisha in Balasore on January 22nd, being developed under the collaboration of BrahMos Aerospace and Russia's NPO Masino Estonia. And the BrahMos cruise missile system can be launched from air, sea, or land, and comes with the variant for anti-ship and land attacks roles with nuclear warheads. Now the next news is Dr. Madan Mohan Tripathi joined as Director General NIE. Dr. Madan Mohan Tripathi has joined as the Director General of National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology. Now, the National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology is an autonomous body under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. And before joining NIELIT, Dr. Madan Mohan Tripathi was working as professor with the Delhi Technology University and New Delhi. In DTU, he has worked as director internal quality assurance cell and coordinators of intellectual property rights cell. Now the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology is Aswani Vaishnav, and State Minister is Rajiv Chandrasekhar. And the next news is Central Vista project 2600 crore allocated in budget for constructions of non-residential office building In Union Budget 2022 and 2023, the Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry has been allocated an amount of 2600 crore for the constructions of non-residential office building of the ambitious Central Vista project, including the Parliament as well as the Supreme Court of India. The amount of rupees 767.56 crore more than rupees 1833.43 crore, which was given in financial year 22nd. Now this Central Vista redevelopments project envisages a common central secretariat, a new triangle parliament building, remapping of the 3 kilometer long Rajpath boulevard that stretches from Rashtrapati Bhavan to India Gate, a new residence and office for the PM and new vice president's enclave. Now the next news is senior scientist G.S. Srinivasa Murthy appointed director of DRDL Hyderabad. G.S. Srinivasa Murthy has been appointed director of Defence Research and Development Laboratory of the Defence Research and Development Organization in Hyderabad. Now the next news is SBI, NCF, IGNCA sign MOU for development of Atmanirbhar Bharat Center for Design at Red Fort, Delhi. A tripartite memorandum of understanding has been signed between State Bank of India, Indira Gandhi Center for the Arts and National Culture Fund for Development of Atmanirbhar Bharat Center for Design at L1 Barrack, Red Fort, Delhi. Now the next news is the sea trials of first sea sorties of fifth Scorpion submarine Wagir commenced. The fifth submarine of Project 75 yard 11,879 Indian Navy's Calvary class commenced her sea trial on 1st February 2022. The submarine was launched in November 2020 and from the Kanhozi Angre wet basin of Mazagon Dock Shipyard Limited. The submarine would be named Wagir after commissioning. And the submarine will now undergo intense trial of all its system at sea, including propulsion system and weapons and sensors. The submarine is scheduled for delivery of the Indian Navy in the year 2022 after completion of this trial. Now the next news is Sri Lanka sign dollar 500 million credit line with India to import fuels. Sri Lanka sign a dollar 500 million credit line with India to import fuels. The Export Import Bank of India will provide the credit line for purchasing petroleum products, and Sri Lanka is struggling with its worst financial crisis in years, with the reserve hitting 3.1 billion in December. The country has to repay about 4 billion in debt repayments in 2022. Now the next news is Jadus Cadila starts supply of COVID-19 vaccine Jaico-D to government. Jadus Cadila said it has commenced supply of its COVID-19 vaccine Jaico-D to the central government. It is also planning to make the vaccine available in the private market. Now, Jaico-D is a three-dose vaccine administered intradurably. Now, Jaico-D is a plasmid DNA vaccine that produces the spike protein of the SARS-CoV-2 virus and elicit an immune response mediated by the cellular and humoral arms of the human immune system, which play a vital role in protection from disease as well as the virus clearance. Now the next news is Bharti Airtel to acquire 25% stake in technology startups Level Networks. Bharti Airtel to acquire 25% equity stake in Bangalore-based technology startup Level Network, which specializes in software-defined wide area network solutions. As part of its NAS network as a service portfolio, Airtel will offer software-defined connectivity solutions from Level Networks and co-create a host of innovations as part of its NAS platform. Now, Airtel Business NAS is a digital platform which is built to address the emerging connectivity requirements of enterprises as they go through the cloud and digital adoptions and accelerations journey. Now, the next news is SEBI notified KRA rules mandated audit trials of clients' KYC records. To enhance the role of KYC registration agencies, SEBI has notified new norms to make them responsible to carry out independent validation of the KYC records uploaded into onto their system by the registered intermediary. And the SEBI full form is Security and Exchange Board of India, and is subsidiary is National Security Depository Limited, and the headquarter is Mumbai. Now it's basically its founded is 12th April in 1922, and executive director is Ajay Tyagi. Now the next news is the Dubai to launch world's first hydrogen powered flying boats. Swiss startup the Jet Zero Emission has signed an agreement with the UI based Zenith Marine Service and US based Doine to manufacture and operate the jet in Dubai, and the jet features cutting edge characteristics and technology, making it capable of flying in silence over the waters at a cruising speed of 40 knots. Now, the next news is Torgia festival celebrated in Arunachal Pradesh. The traditional Torgia festival of the Monpa community in Arunachal Pradesh began at the Tawang Monastery on 30th Jan 2022. This year, it marked a special occasions as Dungyur Torgia, which came after 3 years gap. Torgia festival of the Mongpa community in Arunachal Pradesh is a festival that welcomes a healthy and prosperous new year. Now all news have been done. Okay, student, bye. Take care.